Retail shares can exceed 100% of the float, but in practical terms, I'd call it 65% genuine retail control right now, yet institutions own 46.5%. So we're in a little bit of a dilemma, right? Because we can't have 100% of the shares owned, or not everybody's going to get their warrants. And also, that's not even right. Now take a look at this. Dividends are not handled by OW. Please note that the processing of dividend interest will not be done for OW transactions and remain the responsibility of parties outside the facilities of the corporation. What does this mean? This means that everybody's saying the DTCC is going to pay you in cash of lieu for your warrants instead of actually giving you your warrants. This is not to be dealt with by the obligation warehouse specifically stated in GameStop's press release, which means your brokers will have to handle the rehypothecation that is potentially going on. The brokers have to deliver your shares. This is huge, and it is in the fine print. What is going on, guys? Larry Sucks here. Welcome back to the channel. I don't need really to do an intro because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we posted a video yesterday. We actually posted 2 videos yesterday. We saw GameStop's warrants. We covered everything, but we have a lot more stuff to talk about, and it actually seems as if Roy and Kitty knew this was coming to the T somehow, and we'll talk about it. But first of all, let's talk about the dumb money, or the institutions, I should say, offloading their puts for next week. They do not think that GameStop is going to drop, and now people are letting go of a lot of put premium. We also have a major gamma ramp building on GameStop that will get crazy if GameStop closes above $30, which until then, we still have a nice ramp building. Close above 26, you get a boost. 27, you get a boost. 28, as well as 29. And then 30, following that, you have a massive gamma ramp up and over 125, like we saw last time when we ran up to about $38 back here. Now, what do you know? Exactly what we talked about. We have got that blip in the chart, which was laid over. Larry Socks, why are you wrong? Well, we talked about it again for all of the people who want to cry and bitch in the comments. We have been flat. We have been stagnant. Volatility was dampened, but the cycle remained true after being slightly delayed, right? After being slightly delayed, instead of 156 days, it was about 168 days, right? So about a 10-day difference. Now, what do we see following that? Well, we could see higher moves up, and that's exactly what I expect, but we're going to take a look at a couple of different charts. Have we hit any key levels? Kind of, but have we hit the 200 moving average? No, we have not on the daily, at least, and we should be trading above it, especially since we got a weekly golden cross. But we are also breaking out of the contraction phase of the Bollinger Bands, which we said usually leads to an expansion move. Now, I don't think they're expanded enough to kind of close this move. I think we are prepping for a much larger move to the upside. You can see back here when we pumped, these Bollinger Bands try to push the price action back in and try to keep them. We see that the weekly time frame, we still have that golden cross like we talked about, but we did hit a key level. We hit this liquidity pocket between 24.85 and 25.30, which was our first level that we expected to get hit. We also came very close to the 50. We came very close to some other levels, and we also got a blip on the other charts that I would show you as well. But I want to take a closer look right here as to where GameStop is going to go in the short term for price action. Right now, we are holding this zone back here. We got wicks down to sort of shake some paper hands out, but I believe we are going to continue higher. I also want to note we are seeing very good volume relative to the volume we have seen recently already, and we haven't even traded for an hour and a half. Already, we have seen more volume over the past 2.5 months or so, or whatever, that we have seen. So that is on the first leg up. That is on the first candle for only an hour and a half of trading. Okay, that is not to cover the entire days of trading. So that is something to note as well. Let me see if this chart, just because I wanted to bring it up. Yeah, this is the chart right here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. You can see we have built a nice, beautiful candle right outside of this descending resistance level. This 4-hour candle, we built a base off, and then a huge gap higher. We do have a gap down to 2360. I wonder if we filled that on the chart. We did not fill that gap just yet on the chart. But you can see exactly where we got rejected. These levels are perfectly drawn out. We came up right here and we built the candle. And then where our rejection happened was right on this level. So where do we go from here? Well, if you break out of it, you head to the next level, 27.30 or so, give or take. Where do you go after that level? $31. You look at 31 bucks, 31.15. So we're watching the levels very, very closely. As far as some tin goes, this is almost as if Roaring Kitty knew. Now, I'm not going to play the clip. It's copyright. But we can see, I'm with you if the money is right. And then it says, I'll give you 10 per notch. 10 per notch. Then I'm your guy. You go out, and then you have all of these. This can be interpreted in several different ways. And if you think this is stupid, this is another piece of Roaring Kitty's clips that he posted showing October 3rd, right? The time showing October 3rd. I mean, you can't make this up. If this is all just coincidence, then I am a psychopath. Following that, in this video, it says, stand up when I move, you move, right? So we're about to get that move. We're about to get that run, in my opinion. And I have not cut my calls nor shares, of course, because I think this is the beginning of the move. We didn't wait sideways for 2 months for a little 6% gain. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well. Plus, possibly another little bit tin, right? There's tin that goes deeper into this, but Greg did possibly a live test. This popped up on the feed that people are talking about. And Greg is seen to possibly be Roaring Kitty or give hints at what is coming. Maybe Roaring Kitty will go live. Maybe he'll throw a post up. But I do believe that that gift was yesterday when Ryan Cohen announced those warrants. As far as AMC goes, we are still in the green zone along with GameStop. And I think tonight or tomorrow, we're going to get some sort of catalyst for AMC that brings us to $3.20. Now, that isn't a huge move. I'm just saying that should be the initial move. From where we're trading at right now, it's about a 13.5% gain. I think that is the next move for AMC, and write that down, $3.20. Okay. We may have some trouble at 305. We may have some trouble following 320 at 345. We may have some trouble at 375, but ultimately we don't stop until the target is hit, which is around $7, $7.15. And even then, that is the first initial target. The lines in between are just possible resistance levels or hiccups in the chart. You guys have to keep in mind, AMC didn't get this positive catalyst that GameStop got. I also wanted to point out something very, very important with the warrant dividend that they just issued. We talked most about it yesterday, right? But here we have a dilemma. We have a dilemma where institutions own a lot of the float. Now, let me talk to you about something. Just looking at it from a basic standpoint, we can see that the float is likely sold over, and that's what's reported to us. Imagine what's reported to us showing that, right? AMC did the whole ape bullshit. And then on day one, we said, well, it's going to act as a share count, okay? Day one, 43 million fails to deliver on ape. So we knew that there was fake shares short in AMC. Imagine GameStop's float. And this was back years ago. Imagine GameStop's float. Now, people might say, well, a lot of these stocks, well, institutions control the price. I mean, look how much they've loaded up over the last quarter. Do you know what institutions do? Institutions are likely loaning their shares out to short sellers. Well, what does that mean, right? That means we're fucked. No, that means institutions don't get their warrants if their shares are lent out. It said it in the fine print. You must not have your shares lent out. You will not get your warrants if your shares are lent out. Okay? What does that mean? This is a forced share recall that Ryan Cohen just did. And I believe GameStop's price action has barely yet to begin the cycle that we are trading in. Barely yet to begin. I think this is just the start. So I'm extremely hyped. This is a forced share recall, not only for big whales, or big retail whales, but major institutions, okay? That is something that you guys have to realize. So we are in the beginning of a bigger move up. Now, what happened with the market? August PPI inflation came out and it fell to 2.6%. Everything's ripping, and this is good for GameStop. This these rate cuts and the news that came out today is very good. Core PPI inflation fell to 2.8%, below expectations of 3.5. Month-over-month PPI inflation was negative for just the second time since March of 2024, which means rate cuts are on their way, and possibly a 0.5 are on their way. However, so we do see a very bullish catalyst for today that is pushing the market up. It's up 0.43%. The SPY trading at 653, but we came all the way up to 654.85, give or take some pennies. We saw some good news. This is possible deflation, potentially avoiding stagflation. However, it's not over yet, as we do have August CPI on Thursday, I believe. I think people are calling for, yeah. We have August CPI on Thursday, so tomorrow. And we have to watch very closely with what happens there. Right now, from a technical perspective, we should build a base at this liquidity pocket between 652.30 and 652.65 and build a base here for a move up to 657.75 on some possible good news tomorrow. Okay, so that is something to note as well. That is what we're watching for. We're watching August CPI tomorrow, but that is why the market is bullish. We've reclaimed several levels and the SPY remains resilient. Bitcoin, 114K, also resilient, breaking above a key level at 112. I believe that we are now leaning bullish narrative on crypto. Many altcoins are also making their moves as well. And what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, you're getting closer and closer and closer to that 117K level where $10 billion worth of shorts are going to be liquidated. If shorts are liquidated on Bitcoin, SPY, and GameStop at the same time, it's going to be a very, very, very bad event. I think your portfolios are probably looking a lot better over the next couple of months. However, everybody is calling for a huge drop in Bitcoin coming into CPI because that's usually what happens. Okay. I'm just warning you of that. Is that going to happen? Probably not. I mean, rate cuts are coming. They're going to weaken the dollar. Usually good for these risk on assets. Nvidia got a nasty pop, up 5% today. They gapped all the way up from its low down here, 164, right up to test this channel. I believe Nvidia should try to close above 177.50 to just test this channel with a wick inside. But if we do get a close inside, that is more bullish for Nvidia. I'm just kind of looking at this as the strongest stock to shift momentum in the SPY. So again, just looking at it in that perspective. MicroStrategy is still on the weekly trading below its 200 moving average. And if Bitcoin is on its way to 131K, I think MicroStrategy is a steal right here for a huge move and one last move up to 500 to 550 on their stock. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. My Discord server is the top link in the description of the video. If you are not in the server, a lot of people are getting in here, guys. You will not regret it. We have tons of alerts in there. Trust me, it is worth the value you get out of it. Best vibes, best people. There are no bad questions. We have tons of alerts in there, all that good stuff. If you guys are wanting to join a team that is like-minded like yourselves and you want to learn and you want some enjoyment, some humor, and not joining a group with everyone with a stick up their ass, join the trading group, guys. Truly. The second link in the description is for my custom indicator that detects patterns and gives price targets as well. So make sure to go get that. Those are the top two links. And there are other links that I usually don't promote, but follow me on X, follow the second channel, and until I post. Become a member if you want. Leave a tip. If you guys do leave a tip, please let me know what ticker you want me to cover. There's no promises that I will get to it, but I do appreciate all the support that you guys show. And if you are brand new, go watch the investing guide playlist for free. If you want to trade on a prop firm and take payouts, get a funded futures account from me, 50% off using code LOTTO at checkout. You can get up to 3 accounts over there. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.